Hello everyone, this is Road Tata Malcolm Wakharia, the Sergeant at Arms for the Road Track Club of Bombay Midtown, and today we're going to have a wonderful podcast. It is basically going to be about Cranberry overseas, and here we have Miss Megha. We're going to have a wonderful podcast here where we're actually going to know about a lot of a million dreams. I think all of us here would have once thought that we actually want to go and study abroad, and what better place to come with Cranberry here. So hi ma'am, how are you?
Hi, thank you. How are you?
I am great, wonderful. So ma'am, it would be great if you could just introduce yourself in one line or something.
So I'm Megha Johari and I take care of the Cranberry Overseas Mumbai office. We have offices in Thane, Nasik, Navi Mumbai and a new one in Mumbai. So yeah.
That's wonderful ma'am. So ma'am, we have a few questions and I think a lot of us have that one dream to go to abroad. So ma'am, my first question to you would be, what are the key factors a student should evaluate before deciding to go abroad?
See, when you talk of study abroad, it is a very multi-dimensional thing, okay? So I think purpose, professional purpose and personal long-term vision are two things you should think of. Now when I say professional purpose, what I mean is, what is it that you want to go and study there? Are you sure of what kind of skills you want to study, what kind of courses, specializations, super specializations, what is it that you want for yourself professionally? That is very important. For example, if there are many things which you can do better in India. For example, if we were to talk about, say, medicine. Now, I think as an Indian medical student, the number of clients that you see, it is incomparable across the world. So, if you were to say, I want to do an MBBS, I'd say study in India. But if you were to say that, later I want to become a part of cancer research or organ transplant or gene mutation or stem cell therapy, those are the things for which you need to look west. Because they are, they are well funded in research and development. So I think countries like USA, they are still the leading lights in research. So as I said, it's professional purpose. Second thing I said, personal vision that you have for yourself. Because studying abroad is a commitment that you make to yourself. You will be living in a new culture, new country, new friends, and that is where a lot of personal growth happens, a lot of transformation happens. Because you learn how to manage time, how to manage your resources, how to budget, how to balance your life, your academics, networking. All of this is a period of transformation. So if you're ready for that kind of growth, then I think you must think of studying abroad.
Wonderful. So I mean, basically cutting it short, that you need to have the aim and the vision why exactly you want to go to make things very easy.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Wonderful. So I think, what do we understand when I mention the word new age career? So I mean, what basically is that?
So see, interestingly, careers have also undergone a metamorphosis, right? There was a time when you would say, okay, I am going to study finance, and finance means accounting, taxation, and financial econometrics, and derivatives and stuff like that. Now when you say that I'm a finance professional, these skills are not enough. Because now, as a finance professional, you need to understand risk. And risk which stems from various factors, because now you are not just dealing in papers any longer, you are dealing in data. You are doing everything on a platform, on technology, right? So you need to understand how to protect your data, your digital assets. So things like cyber security, compliances, information dissemination, automation, data handling, data analytics, all those things are very important for a financial professional, right? So, as a finance professional, you need some allied technology skills. And that is what I say merger of careers or new age careers, which is interdisciplinary and intersectional. So, there are degrees like, financial risk management with cyber security or blockchain with digital assets. These are the things that we are talking about. If I were to give you another example, say again medicine. Now, just being a doctor is not enough, because now world has reached robotic surgery, precision medicine, healthcare and informatics, AI in medicine. Again, this is very interdisciplinary, the new age careers. So when you say new age careers, you mean a blend of things where lines have blurred. And new age careers is something that we need to now think about. Think about the entire framework of how your life is going to be very differently now.
Figure. So basically now it is not that monotonous that you just have 3 or 4 fields.
Absolutely.
Within fields you have 100 more things, and that is where you get the diversion. That's wonderful. I think now when you think about an Indian mentality, it will like most of them want to do an MBA. So now I want to understand that what is the difference between an MBA in India and MBA abroad?
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for asking me that question, because I had like 50 people asking me that question every day. See, first let's talk about MBA, okay? Whether it's in India or abroad, you have to look at an MBA in a very, very holistic manner. So wherever you do your MBA, whether you do it in India or whether you do it abroad, I'm going to break it down differently. See, MBA is a self-starter, okay? It is something for which you need an environment. So when you are doing an MBA, global or local, think of where are you getting the perfect environment. So when I say environment, you need a very diverse cohort. You need to be self-driven. You need to communicate with people, interact, internships, case studies, a lot of peer learning, learning from faculty, learning from industry experts. You need to go to an institute where the faculty is already on the advisory board of Fortune 500 companies, or they have had industry experiences that are working professionals. So look at an MBA in an institute, India or abroad, which gives you a lot of diversity and which gives you very, very immersive experiences. You cannot sit in your classroom and learn financial modeling any longer. It's not going to happen. You need to learn problem solving, which you will learn from your peers, from a diverse experience, right? So look at MBA where you're getting experiences. That's how you decide an MBA.
Very good. Wonderful. Okay, so I think now we have a short game. Okay. So basically, what it is, the first thing which comes to your mind. I'll ask you a question. You don't have to think. Okay. Whatever comes to your mind after the question, you have to say that. Okay. Simple.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So the first question is, first thing people think of when they think of going abroad.
Expenses.
But brilliant. I think anybody would do that. Wonderful. Okay. Even I think any Indian would definitely do that.
Absolutely.
For sure. Second question is, what is that one thing that people miss when they are outside the country?
Oh, dal chawal.
Food. I think that definitely. What is the best experience about colleges now in Bombay?
I think the intercollegiate festivals, Indigo, Malhar, Kaleidoscope, and like 100 other names that I don't know.
True. Yeah. Nowadays, I think all colleges are more about their festivals and less about their academics. Okay, next question is, what is that one thing that people studying in London and people studying in Mumbai always have in their bags?
Unpredictable rains. So yeah, umbrellas, I think.
True. Definitely, I think. And one thing, your personal favorite place to study and to work?
My personal favorite place to study. Most interdisciplinary, most flexible US.
Yes.
And to work and live? India. India is the place. I tell everybody, go study abroad, get the skills and come back home. Because this is where action is. We are the developing economy now. So come back home and work here.
Wonderful. I mean, that was a fun segment. Now coming back to the questions. Okay. So now this is a very, very important question when it comes to people going abroad. So what is the financial planning advice do you give to students and parents concerned about the cost of studying in abroad?
See, we have to be very, very realistic. Start planning early, start researching early, and start saving early. Now, when I say do smart research, what I mean is there are a lot of scholarships available. Government funded, industry funded, private funded, even community funded, right? So look for scholarships. Second thing, be smart and look for part-time work opportunities. So choose a country or a city where you get good part-time work opportunities. Also choose a city where cost of living is slightly lesser. Look for universities which fall in your budget. Next thing, there are so many funds available in terms of loans. So find out which are the good loans for you, collaterals, non-collaterals, what is the grace period, what kind of EMIs are going to come. So the information is available everywhere. Do that first. And last, I would say that be open to working, to remote working, for example. So that you're studying there and you're working here. So if you have those skills like web page designing or graphics, you can work there.
So I think all of our viewers would definitely want to understand this one simple thing. So is it basically feasible to study abroad? I mean, when it comes to cost, I mean, can normal common person actually have that vision, have that goal to actually go and study abroad?
Absolutely, yes. You can have the vision. You need some kind of financial planning and a lot of mental planning, but you can study abroad. Because what happens, the first thing you talk is budget. Now once the budget is sorted, that okay, There is education available at every budget. It's possible if you plan, if you take bank loans, or those part loans where there is a student and parent co-owned loans. It's possible. What you need to think of is, are you ready for the challenge?
True.
Because it is challenging. The first 2 months of your life when you go to study abroad are going to be challenging. But they are going to be character forming. You'll make some very, very good friends. You will network. You'll make connections. It's going to teach you how to live really.
Definitely.
The thing about studying abroad, the most wonderful thing is that you enter like a student and you come out like a professional.
True.
And that is what is important.
Definitely. Okay. Now, so basically now coming more to what Cranberry Overseas is exactly doing. So I mean to understand that basically does Cranberry Overseas continue supporting students after they have reached abroad as well, or does it stop while just during the process?
So it's a good question to ask. As counselors, as mentors, our role never stops.
True.
I have attended calls at like 12:30 a.m. India time. Ma'am, I've reached, I don't know how to insert the SIM in my phone. Or, we get calls and ma'am, today, when I came back, I was very homesick and my roommate made me dal chawal. Or, we hear about the first assignments. It's wonderful. It's actually very, very gratifying when students keep calling us. And, as recent as last night, I have a student who went last year and he called me that, I'm very happy with my course and my course is about to get over. And I said, okay, now what about your LinkedIn profile? Have you made that? He said, yeah, I'm thinking. And then we spent an hour figuring out how should he make his LinkedIn profile, how he should start networking.
Wow.
Now, technically, professionally, that doesn't fall in my kitty. But then it's just so gratifying. So,
True.
Yeah, the role never stops. In fact, with years of this mentoring and understanding students' pain points, we have come up with this service which we offer to all our students, which is called pre-departure and post-landing.
Wow.
So in pre-departure, we also tell students what to carry in their hand carry, what to check into the luggage, what mark sheets to carry, how to talk to the immigration people,
True.
or to arrange their airport pickups, all of those things. And then when it comes to post-landing, we get calls and ma'am, please help us in part-time jobs, so we do that. Ma'am, can you connect me to an Indian community? Ma'am, I don't know where to go. So we do the entire thing.
Wow.
Because it's not just a business to send students. It's about mentoring them. We have students coming back and then they start working and then they call us, okay, that if you have a student, I'm happy to give them industry insights. So it's a long-term relationship with them.
Understood. So basically, all in all, Cranberry Overseas is an entire kitty. It's basically along with the student, we experience the entire process, and that's a wonderful thing. Like you mentioned about the fact that people get in touch. So I think Cranberry Overseas gives that homely feeling that when you are in abroad, you still have somebody to support, and I think more than anything, that is more important along with the guidance as well.
Absolutely, because guidance is available on AI apps. There
True.
are so many agencies who have apps they can do college shortlisting. But who is going to tell you that it's okay if you feel homesick? Your parents are here, they're going to call us 5 times. Who's going to give you that? Because a student is going, a child is going.
Right.
So you have to be very, very sensitive about that.
Definitely. So that's one thing. I think this is somewhere where students again feel connected and they will remember it lifelong. So that's a wonderful thing. So now moving on towards that last question. I think this is something which all the students who aspire to go to abroad would want to hear. So what is that one message you would want to give them?
So my message to all students, whether they study in India, whether they study abroad, invest in yourself. When you are in college, invest on skills, learn new things, interact with people. Because education is like a tool which opens your doors. It gets you a seat on the table. Your degree will get you a seat on the table. You'll probably be called for an interview. But how you put yourself together, what kind of skills you have, how hungry you are is what is going to ensure that you stay in that room. So all college students, India, abroad, wherever, participate, interact, network, stay hungry. You are here today, but keep thinking, where am I going next? That is important.
Wonderful. So we always say that an empty mind is a devil workshop. So that's the entire focus. Basically, we need to make sure that we study well, and at the end of the day, we have people like you who actually envision people to study very well. And it's a wonderful opportunity, ma'am, to connect with you. And your thoughts are really great. And it is wonderful connecting with Cranberry Overseas. And I think I connected one thing very well is that make sure that actually people, when they go abroad, they feel that they have somebody along with them, guiding them, mentoring them.
Absolutely.
So, thank you so much. It was wonderful connecting with you.
Nice
Means a
meeting
lot.
with you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.